Since 2005, our community has been honoring Kitsap's emerging young leaders. We have several past honorees present with us tonight. Will you please stand? Thank you. Thank you for the good work you're continuing to do in our community. I would also like to especially thank Columbia Hospitality and the staff here at Kitsap Conference Center for really working with us to creatively and safely move forward for an in-person event. As you will hear later this evening, leading through COVID takes bravery, risk, and some ingenuity. And we've got to love the charcuterie boards. So what a great solution. So thank you. Thank you. This fall, we set out to identify exceptional business and civic leaders in Kitsap County under the age of 40 who have demonstrated outstanding leadership and have made a great impact in their organizations and our community. With the community's help, we had almost 60 outstanding nominees. Our independent panel of judges then had the very difficult job of narrowing that pool down to just 20. Tonight, we are here to share their stories and celebrate their successes. All of this would not be possible without the support of our host this evening, the Kitsap Conference Center, and our media partners, the Kitsap Sun and the Kitsap Peninsula Business Journal. Now I invite Marty Connick, Operations Manager of the Kitsap Conference Center, and David Nelson, Editor of the Kitsap Sun, to say a few words. Marty.
Hello, how's everyone tonight? Good, good. And I'm Marty Connick, Operations Manager here at the Conference Center. Just wanted to welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. Congratulate the nominees tonight. We like to consider this our Kitsap's living room, so just make yourself at home and have a great night. Thank you very much.
I would also like to say thank you for coming tonight and welcome to this great event. I'm David Nelson. I'm the editor of the Kitsap Sun and the Kitsap Peninsula Business Journal, and we were involved in hosting this for several years before Leadership Kitsap was able to partner and take it over. So what I wanted to ask is there anyone here for the first time? That is awesome. A lot of hands going up. I'm really happy to see so many people for the first time, and especially because now Representative Kilmer can tell the same jokes that he told last year. No, but I really am excited to have people here when they haven't been to this before. When we started to work with Leadership Kitsap and they took over, one of the ideas was that they were in a much better place to reach an audience of young leaders that they are already working with and already knew about. And so I love to see this expand because I think seeing more new faces generates more motivation in the community for people to really excel. And all of you honorees tonight are good examples of that. I was one of the judges for this. And so would also everyone who nominated someone, please raise your hand. I want to give a round of applause to the folks who nominated this year. As one of the judges and speaking on behalf of Lucretia Robertson and Peter Braun, who did that task with me, you guys did an awesome job with the nominations, just the way things were written and just the quality of folks that were recommended for this. Peter and Lucretia and I probably spent 3 hours of time together as well as time on our own reading through all of those recommendations and the resumes and everything else, and we were so impressed. And you should know, I guess what I want to tell you is you really were selected from a strong group. This was not simple to decide who was going to be here tonight, and so that's a real compliment to all of you. And then last, I can say this because I was involved in putting this on before, and it's an incredible amount of work. And you know, Katie's talking about the charcuterie boards and the beautiful room we have and everything else, and so Leadership Kitsap really has done a remarkable job. Everyone got together at Crane's Castle Brewing a couple weeks ago and just a really fun night. That was Katie's idea. So one more round of applause, and that's for Katie Walters and the Leadership Kitsap board, please. And that's all for me, and I hope you enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Marty and David. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to our MC for this evening, Tina Bright. Tina has a long history of service in Kitsap County, raising millions to fund a new building for the Salvation Army, as well as founding the Willow Charitable Foundation, promoting the local memoir, Breakfast at Sally's, and bringing the needed conversation about homelessness into our local schools. Tina has also served on many advisory committees and boards across Kitsap, and may be best known for her jewelry design business, Christina Marie Designs. In addition to being a talented jewelry artist, Tina is a notable vocalist and performer. We are honored to have her hosting you this evening.
Sure, I'm on here. Can we hear in the back? Great. I'm going to get out my over 40 glasses now. It was not hard to find the under 40 people in the room as I was checking pronunciations of names. So congratulations to all of our honorees tonight. And thank you, Katie. It's my sincere pleasure to be here with you tonight. First, I'd like to acknowledge the elected officials here this evening. Please stand and let us thank you for your service. U.S. Representative Derek Kilmer. Bremerton Municipal Court Judge Tracy Flood. Tracy. And Bremerton Port Commissioner Carrie Bozeman. Thank you again to our event sponsors. Earlier this month, we held a very fun honoree VIP meet and greet event hosted at Crane's Castle Brewing. Thank you, Dan and Megan Cranenberg, for hosting us. Thank you again to the Kitsap Sun, Kitsap Peninsula Business Journal, Wild Applause Events, and the Kitsap Conference Center, especially thanks to their staff for their wonderful hospitality this evening and creatively working with us to keep us all safe and healthy. We would like to also take a moment to thank our chamber partners, Bainbridge Island, Bremerton, Greater Kingston, Paulsbo, South Kitsap, and Silverdale Chambers of Commerce, and our event partners, Kitsap Access Television, Filming Tonight, and 3 Leaves Design. There we go. Thank you to this evening's table sponsors. We'll clap at the end for that too. Carrie and Carrie Bozeman, Bremerton Chamber of Commerce, Holly Ridge Center, Kitsap Bank, Kitsap Community Foundation, Kitsap Regional Library, Morgan Stanley, Leadership Kitsap, Olympic College Foundation, Rice Fergus Miller, Sanchez Mitchell Eastman and Cure, Silverdale Chamber of Commerce. Thank you also again to our independent panel of judges, David Nelson, editor of the Kitsap Sun, Lucretia Robertson, director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Kitsap Regional Library, and Peter Braun, owner of Orchard Foods. It is now my pleasure to welcome United States Representative Derek Kilmer to the stage. Representative Kilmer serves as our United States Representative for Washington's 6th Congressional District, where he is focused on getting our economy and our Congress back to work. I'm sure we're all excited to hear how that's going. We're honored to have you here this evening and greet our honorees. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, folks. Who's excited to be back in person at an event? I am very excited. I have to tell you, I am very impressed with everyone who organized this event. This is a pretty amazing event. We had a band with a saxophone. That was pretty awesome. We have a charcuterie. I don't know about the rest of you. I had 3 kinds of mustard on my plate. 3 kinds. This is a 3 mustard event. This is a big deal. I will tell you, it's been a little while since I've been able to be up at a podium at the conference center. I got a lot to say, folks. So just going to invite you to sit back and enjoy the next 35 minutes or so. No, I'm just kidding. 3 to 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes. Listen, I am part of the reason I'm enthusiastic about being here tonight is this is truly one of my favorite events of the year. When we get to celebrate the remarkable youngish people of Kitsap County. And as your representative, as you just heard, I'm focused on just trying to make sure people have economic opportunity and make sure we make the government work better too. And as I look at the honorees tonight, I have 2 reactions. One, I feel old. It really bums me out that I'm like 8 years past qualifying for this. I want the honorees to just encourage you to enjoy having your knees work for as long as possible. But second, and more importantly, I am just so incredibly psyched because each one of you is doing such incredible work in our community, and frankly, we need you to keep at it. As I thought about what to say tonight, all I could think about, and I'm embarrassed to say this in front of the president of Olympic College, all I could think about was the only thing that I remember from my college anthropology class. They asked the anthropologist Margaret Mead, when you're looking at an ancient civilization, what's the first sign you look for to know you found a civilized society rather than just random wanderers? Is it a tool or an instrument or an article of clothing? How do you know that what you found is civilized? And she responded by saying, you know you found a civilized society when you find a healed femur, a healed thigh bone. And as she explained it, in ancient times, if you broke your femur, you were pretty well cooked. You couldn't hunt or gather or flee from danger. And most importantly, that person couldn't fix it on their own. They needed someone to care enough about them to help them heal. And I share this with you, and a healed femur indicated that someone else helped that person rather than abandoning them. That there was enough civilization there to care. And that's where we transform from random wanderers to a civilized society. And I share this in part because we have a lot of broken femurs in our world right now. And honestly, it's the people in this room, this incredible class of 20 under 40, who are going to heal them. Whether it's in your profession or your spare time. I mean, think about it. You're already doing it. During perhaps the most dire health crisis and economic crisis we will ever see. It's the leaders right here in this room who have served on the front lines of the pandemic, caring for the sick, vaccinating our fellow community members to ensure they are protected from this virus, organizing a community-wide response to help ensure that you had the backs of your neighbors when they needed it the most. It's you, the leaders right here in this room, who've bent over backwards to help folks stay active and healthy, and who've helped folks respond to immense mental and physical challenges that we couldn't have even imagined. It's you, the leaders in this room, who've helped ensure that folks have access to educational opportunity, and who continue to learn and grow, and who are helping kids with physical and mental and emotional challenges keep up during this pandemic, and who are changing the face of higher education in our region, and who are making Bremerton and Kitsap County a truly unique creative hub. That is pretty badass. It's you, the leaders in this room, who are creating new jobs and new businesses and driving other local small businesses forward, and who are designing and driving the future of how our community looks and feels and operates, who are working at the shipyard and protecting our country, who are driving sustainable cultural change in our community, who are bringing people together for amazing food and, let's be honest, really good beer. So I guess I just want to say this, simply enough, thank you. Thank you for that. Before I got into this job, I worked in economic development. professionally, trying to get more jobs in our area. And I always wanted elected officials to just say thanks more. And so to each of you being honored tonight, I want to say thank you. Thank you for investing in your community. Thank you for those of you who are employers. Thank you for employing people. Thank you for building, all of you talented honorees tonight, thank you for building your home and your life here and contributing to our community. You know, we've had to, over the last couple of years, deal with so much. You know, we've had to figure out new ways to reach customers. We've had to figure out new ways to do community events. Many parents have had to come to the difficult realization that we've forgotten middle school math. Maybe that's just me. But listen, through it all, what has really stood clear to me is that we have a resilient community. And I want to thank each of you for being part of that resilience too. You give our community cause for hope. Final thing I want to share, Rabbi Jonathan Sachs once wrote that there is a difference between optimism and hope. Optimism, he wrote, is a passive virtue. It's the belief that things will get better. Hope, he said, is an active virtue. It's the belief that together we can make things better. And as I look at the people being honored tonight, you give us cause for hope because together you are making things better. And I just want to say thank you for that and congratulations. Thanks, everybody.
You almost need an amen after that. Since 2005, our community has been recognizing the contribution of dynamic young business and civic leaders in Kitsap County. We have all benefited from their selflessness, their selfless leadership throughout the pandemic. They have an innovative entrepreneurial spirit that helps drive our Kitsap economy today and will for years to come. It is my pleasure to introduce you to our 2022 20 Under 40 honorees. Our first honoree is Lauren Beck. She is the Executive Assistant of Full Swing Public Relations. Yes, you come on up. Come on down. Lauren connects with female business owners, entrepreneurs, and even female senators to help them reach their goals and make an impact in the world. The daughter of 2 Navy veterans, she is a digital nomad. Although her home base is in Paulsbo, she has spent time in Los Angeles, New York, and all over the world. She is developing a podcast, Finding Foreign Lauren, aimed at all women who want to feel confident traveling alone abroad. Her greatest social impact was made locally during COVID through her work with Fishline Food Bank and Comprehensive Services. October 2020, she worked with Fishline, Kitsap Rescue Mission, Clear Creek RV, Integrity Roofing, Faith Episcopal Church, and the City of Paulsbo to create and implement a mobile shower program available to all residents of Kitsap County in need of a shower. The successful program evolved into a mobile shower trailer, which was delivered to Fishline in November 2021 and continues to provide essential hygiene services to our most vulnerable people in Kitsap County. Congratulations, Lauren.
Can everyone hear me? Yes. Okay, good. All right. First off, I want to say I'm so grateful to be recognized by Leadership Kitsap, an organization spearheading positive change in our community. As one of the 2022 honorees, 20 under 40 honorees, I should say, I would like to first thank Caitlin and Holly and the whole Full Swing team for nominating me for this award. Since getting hired at Full Swing Public Relations, I'm so elated to be a part of a team of powerful women who encourage each other's growth every day. I feel so blessed to be a part of that. As a new member to the Kitsap community at the beginning of 2020, did not know what was coming. I would like to thank Fish Lane Food Bank and Comprehensive Services for providing me the opportunity to join their staff and connect with an amazing group of clients, volunteers, and staff. The mobile shower program would not have been possible without their support of me and the pilot program that I pitched. Community partners such as Kitsap Rescue Mission, Clear Creek RV, Integrity Roofing, Faith Episcopal Church, and the City of Poulsbo also played an enormous role and deserve all the thank yous. I would also like to thank my mentors in my life who continue to support and believe and encourage me. Lastly, and most importantly, I'd like to give a thank you to my parents who taught me the importance of helping others and the community at an early age with their incredible dedication to our country with their service in the U.S. Navy. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, have a great night, everyone.
Our next honoree is Lindsey Camarena. She will be joining us by video. She is an ICU nurse in Kitsap Public Health District. Lindsey has courageously stepped up to a life of service. In her roles as a public health nurse on the COVID vaccine response team and as a COVID ICU nurse, Lindsey has been on the front lines of Kitsap's pandemic response. She implemented innovative ways to collaborate, addressing access to health care and vaccine hesitancy. She offers compassionate care to every patient and began Project Illuminate on the COVID floor of St. Michael Medical Center. For each patient who passes away, nurses are encouraged to light a luminary and hang it in the break room to provide a moment of remembrance for the life that was lost. Outside of work, Lindsey has coached multiple sports teams in collaboration with the Boys and Girls Club of North Kitsap and North Kitsap Soccer Club, and has served as treasurer for the Kingston Cooperative Preschool Board. This past summer, she also helped raise funds for the North Kitsap Scholarship Fund and the Coffee Oasis. Congratulations, Lindsey.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to be here among this group of talented individuals and leaders in our county. I'd like to thank all of my COVID vaccine team members and the leadership team at Kitsap Public Health who continue to inspire me every day. Thank you to my girlfriends, the Mom Squad, who've truly had my back through life's ups and downs. Thank you to my cousin, Diana Frazier, for always being in my corner. Thank you to the countless friends and family members who continue to send me notes and messages of encouragement to persevere. Thank you to my husband, Dan, my daughter, Mackenzie, and my son, Corbin, for their constant patience, love, and encouragement. The first time that I heard of this Leadership Kitsap Award, I considered it to be something that was designated solely for business owners, political leaders, and community organizers. Would I, or could I, as just a nurse, dare to dream of a way that I, too, could find a way to step in and lead my community in a tangible way? Times of great change often stall us in our tracks, but times of great change can also inspire us to step into our true selves and into our confidence to lead more fully. I'm a Kitsap County native, raised in North Kitsap and surrounded by a family of business owners. I have and always will consider Kitsap to be my home and where my heart is. Spent my days over the past year providing vaccines and community education to Kitsap residents in an upstream approach to the COVID-19 pandemic, while continuing to pick up shifts in the COVID ICU on the weekends in an extremely challenging downstream approach. The fall of this past year brought COVID-19 a little closer to my doorstep than it already was. With the deaths of family members, the hospitalizations of others, and the encroaching fear that this virus has wreaked more havoc than I like to admit, hitting a little close to home, it finally broke me. At KPHD, we have a saying that we often repeat to each other. We're building the plane while we're up in the air. Working in public health during an ever-changing pandemic has felt this way times 100. And then while we're building that plane, we often abruptly change course. I would highlight that I use the word we when I say we are building the plane, because this past year has revealed that there truly is no I in team. And when one part breaks, the other links remain strong. I've leaned on and continue to lean on my amazing team of coworkers and colleagues who've been in the depths with me every step of the way. I admit that my image of someone worthy of a leadership award, used to lie in a sort of formula that included someone who is checking off the boxes for being strong, self-sufficient, confident, forward-thinking. While all of these are admirable attributes, what this past year has truly taught me is that none of these are the greatest skills that a leader can have. Over the past year, I have learned that I, just a nurse, can still learn new ways to grow and lead every day in transparency. And what is really my greatest strength and the greatest teacher, should I choose to listen, is my own vulnerability. Thank you so much for this honor.
Our next honoree is Priya Charry, Adult Services Librarian, Kitsap Regional Library at the Downtown Bremerton Branch. As a librarian and career public servant, Priya is dedicated to serving downtown Bremerton and its residents by participating in community-led organizations and government initiatives, providing free educational and recreational opportunities, and facilitating difficult conversations on timely topics through the library. On behalf of Kitsap Regional Library, she serves on the Downtown Bremerton Association, Kitsap Historical Society, and Museum Board, a trustee, Kitsap Housing and Homeless Coalition, secretary, Kitsap Moves Coalition, Kitsap Public Health District Vaccine Equity Collaborative, Music Discovery Center at Quincy Square Community Outreach and Education Committee, and Kitsap Showing Up for Racial Justice, SURGE, and Kitsap Equity, Race, and Community Engagement Coalition, ERACE, racial justice groups. She has been recognized locally and nationally for her work creating and leading the Anti-Racism Learning Circle conversation program. Outside her work, she has volunteered at the Ways Goose Festival, her local co-op, and Kitsap County vaccine clinics. You may find her biking around Bremerton on her vintage Raleigh. Congratulations, Priya.
Thank you. I hope you all don't mind if I keep my favorite accessory on. It is my pop of color for the evening. I want to say thank you to Leadership Kitsap for this honor. It is incredibly encouraging to have such a public reception and a public appreciation for what we do. Library workers like me care deeply about the communities that we work in, and we work hard to help our patrons achieve our goals, no matter how big or how small, but we don't often receive spotlights like this. So thank you, and I want to say the next time you stop in your local library, please take some of this love and share it with the staff there. They would love to hear it. It's been a difficult couple years for all of us. I am grateful to Kitsap Regional Library for creating environments where young professionals like me can experiment and ask big questions and push boundaries. The Anti-Racism Learning Circle program grew out of an effort to approach challenging topics head on, which is uncomfortable but necessary. And I am really humbled and motivated by the positive reception from the public, from my colleagues, from my supervisors and management, and just the organization in general. So I'm grateful for the support of my team at Downtown Bremerton, my colleagues across KRL, and the managers I've worked with. We have two at my table over here, Lisa Lechuga and Pam Crow, and I want to say specifically to Pam, you've been my first manager and my first mentor here, and I wouldn't have achieved much without your guidance. So special thank you to Pam. I want to highlight also my downtown staff who weren't able to attend today, but we have Lisa, Jillian, and Kirsten, and Jay, and Laura, and Gabby, and Kathy, and all the folks from the different departments who help us do our job and do it well. We're a real family. I want to say thank you to our community partners as well, including the Kitsap Historical Society Museum. Thank you, Jeff. The Housing and Homeless Coalition, Kitsap Public Health, Downtown Bremerton Association, and several other groups who have given me the privilege of learning from you all. I am not born and raised Kitsap, but from the day I moved here in 2018, I felt like this is a place that we can call home. And finally, I want to say thank you to my family who are back east in Connecticut and New York, but who have supported me moving literally across the country, coast to coast for this job, which was completely worth it. And to my partner, Vadim, who's watching from home. He's been my cheerleader, my hype man, and he makes sure that I accept spotlights like this every now and then without too much complaint or teeth grinding. So thank you all. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful night.
Cody Clark, Community Development Lead, the Coffee Oasis. Cody is a passionate advocate for youth in need in our community. In his role with the Coffee Oasis, he is building business partnerships and corporate sponsorships to help raise awareness and funding to directly support youth escaping homelessness. He worked with local realtors to develop the Coffee Oasis Homes for Hope program. Real estate agents participating in Homes for Hope donate a portion of their commission to the Coffee Oasis. The funds raised go to Hope Homes, which offers safe, supportive housing and emergency shelter for youth and young adults. So as the sale closes, not only do the new buyers get keys to their new home, but it gives youth experiencing homelessness a chance to have a home through the Coffee Oasis. Congratulations, Cody.
Thank you. They say that one healthy relationship with an adult can change the trajectory of a youth's life. And I had a lot of support from adults when I was growing up, and I owe a lot of my success and a lot of the journey that I've gone on to them. They were with me through thick and thin, and I want to encourage you to get involved and help the next generation thrive, especially those who are homeless and at risk. And I even know a local organization that you can get involved with, the Coffee Oasis. I really want to thank my parents, Jeff and Lorraine, my brother Ryan and his family, my small group leaders from junior high and high school, Tyson and Kristen DePoe, the directors at the Coffee Oasis, Pat, Caroline, Giselle, Bryce, and Daniel, who've challenged me and supported me in my journey at the Coffee Oasis, the Olympic Business Exchange, all of my friends, and of course my lovely wife, Allie, for supporting me in all aspects as we dedicate so much time in restoring community through the Coffee Oasis. Congratulations to all you other honorees as well. Thank you.
Elizabeth Davis, Nurse Supervisor, COVID Vaccine Response, Kitsap Public Health District. Elizabeth will be joining us by video tonight as well. Let's give her a round of applause right now. Elizabeth Liz was responsible for setting up Kitsap Public Health District's community vaccine clinics and served as a COVID vaccine distributor and resource for Kitsap County COVID vaccine providers. Her colleagues credit her with saving countless lives as the de facto lead of any new pandemic response, whether it was leading the effort to administer monoclonal antibodies, to rolling out pediatric vaccines, to setting up more testing sites. Liz could be counted on to become the expert and rally the rest of us. Liz helped increase vaccine access by removing barriers for community members seeking vaccination and for providers needing extra support to offer COVID vaccination in their facilities. Liz engages with small business owners, community leaders, and Kitsap residents to better understand the impacts of the pandemic in our county. The core principle in her work as a public health nurse is caring for the community and working toward ensuring the health of every Kitsap resident. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
Hi everyone, Liz here from Kitsap Public Health. Wow, what to say? It's really humbling to be recognized for simply doing my job. The opportunity to serve this community and make it a healthier and safer place has truly been an honor, and the highlight of my nursing career. The truth is, none of my professional accomplishments over the past year would be possible without the incredible team at Kitsap Public Health, all of my colleagues, our Kitsap healthcare and community partners, and the leadership team at KPHD. A huge thank you to my director, Yolanda, for supporting me, investing in me, trusting me, and coaching me. And a huge thank you to my personal support system, my family and friends. Your never-ending support and positivity has made it possible for me to keep going and push through when it literally felt impossible to do so. And lastly, I want to give a huge shout out to every nominee and honoree for this award. Thank you so much for what you contribute day in and day out to our Kitsap County community. If there's anything that I learned from this pandemic, it's that people need each other. And when we work together, we can truly accomplish great things. Again, thank you so much for this award. It's incredible to be recognized, and stay safe.
Tiffany DeSaveur, Business Banking Relationship Manager, Kitsap Bank. Tiffany works every day to help make our community a place that is business and family friendly. Her passion is small business. She believes a strong business community makes a healthier, better place for all of us to live. The pandemic forced all of us to change the way we do business and go about our lives. As an economic first responder, Tiffany was part of a Kitsap Bank team that worked around the clock to ensure commercial clients and their local businesses received access to the Small Business Association's Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP funds, that inevitably saved their businesses. Kitsap Bank issued over 900 PPP loans, totaling over $107 million, saving 10,000 local jobs. In addition, as treasurer of the Bremerton Chamber of Commerce, Tiffany found ways to reach out, disseminate information, and support local businesses and families in navigating the pandemic. Tiffany is also an active member of the Silverdale, South Kitsap, and North Mason chambers and enjoys volunteering her time for local food banks, the Salvation Army, and Habitat for Humanity. Congratulations, Tiffany.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and have this honor. I barely pulled this off. I actually turned 40 in March. So hopefully that's not the expiration date, because I still want to be part of the club. Thank you to Kitsap Bank, the leadership there, and my mentors, for believing in me and putting me in a position to make an impact. Thank you to the chambers. You guys are amazing. David and John, I've loved working with you. And thank you to my friends and family. I couldn't do this without you. Especially thank you to my mom. She's here from Oklahoma, so go say hi. I love you guys. Thanks a lot.
Jennifer Fleming, Interior Design Principal and Owner at Rice Fergus Miller Architecture. She'll be joining us tonight by video, so yes, please. Jennifer is committed to performing meaningful work that builds. Did I miss something? Did I miss the wine? Okay. No, haven't had any of that. All right, Jennifer, let's start over here. I thought maybe she showed up for a second and I missed it because she is here? Oh, there she is. Oh, the paper, Jennifer. Okay, got it. Jennifer is committed to performing meaningful work that builds and strengthens community. In an industry that is male-dominated, Jennifer is one of the few woman owners of an architectural and interior design practice in our region. She is a role model for other women in her industry. Since becoming a principal with Rice Fergus Miller, RFM, in 2011, Jennifer has successfully recruited the vast majority of RFM's current team, which has been awarded Top Interior Design Firm 4 times by National Executive Women in Hospitality, NEWH, Inc., for their design leadership and contributions to the industry and students studying in their field. In addition, she helped RFM become one of the only 25 architectural firms in the country and only architect in Washington certified as a B Corporation, meeting rigorous standards of social and environmental performance, accountability, and transparency. With her contributions and dedication, RFM has been continuously ranked in the Puget Sound Business Journal's top 30 architectural firms list for the past decade. Jennifer has made the intentional choice to dedicate her time outside of work to causes that help children, teens, and young adults. She mentors high school students through the AVID program at Bremerton High School. She is on the advisory board for the Washington State University School of Design and Construction and sits on the scholarship committee for the National Executive Women in Hospitality, NEWH, nonprofit association. She is also working with the NEWH to host a student career symposium during the upcoming NEWH Leadership Conference this February in Seattle. Congratulations, Jennifer.
Good evening, everyone. First off, thank you to Leadership Kitsap for this honor. It's disappointing that I cannot be with you all tonight, but with the uncertainty of the times that we are in and the fragility of my 2-year-old son, I felt it was best to stay home and prioritize his safety as much as I would love to have been there celebrating with you all. I'm not here tonight receiving this honor solely by the work that I have done over my 15 years at RFM. Many of my team and my 3 wonderful partners are there in the room with you tonight. Thank you to each of you for always showing up and having my back. Steve Rice, thank you for hiring me in 2006. Mike Miller, thank you for teaching me your ways. I have been able to build the career that I have because of the wisdom you poured into me. Dave, you're the quiet one, but I know that you're always just a phone call away if I need advice on anything when it comes to running our projects and our practice. Thank you to the 3 of you for choosing me to be your partner, for trusting me to take our firm into the next chapter. Thank you for modeling the kind of leader I should be. Finally, thank you to my husband, Richard. A career in the design industry is not for the faint of heart. It requires passion and commitment and sometimes long hours too. The support you give me is how I get through the hard days. Supporting community through the work we do at RFM is my passion. But I also strive to be an example to other women that leadership and ownership is attainable, even in a male-dominated field like architecture. So again, thank you to Leadership Kitsap. This is an award that shows that hard work and giving back to your community are central to what it means to be a leader.
Dr. Michelle Fujii, Doctor of Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine, owner of Fuji Acupuncture and Herbal Medicine. And she is participating tonight. She'll have a prepared statement. As a healthcare practitioner, Michelle's goal is to bring quality, affordable, and convenient healthcare services to her community. She co-owns Paulsbo Day Spa, LLC, in downtown Paulsbo, which houses both her acupuncture practice and esthetician and massage therapy services. In the past year, she has expanded her business to bring on 2 more acupuncturists and started a medical billing service. Her goal is to make an impact in her profession by helping other acupuncturists succeed. She continually works to educate the community about East Asian medicine through networking, educational workshops, and social media. Prior to COVID, she provided weekly community acupuncture treatments at the Kingston Village Green Community Center. Michelle is also trained as a birth doula and hopes to resume acupressure training to midwives, nurses, and other birth professionals in the near future. Michelle is also an active member of the Kingston North Kitsap Rotary Club. Let's give her a round of applause right now. Dr. Fujii says, I'm sorry that I'm unable to attend in person as my family is quarantining for the week. Please be safe and stay healthy. I am honored to have been nominated and receive this award. There is so much talent, leadership, and success in this group of honorees. I couldn't do what I do without the support and love of my family and friends. I am thrilled to do what I love and bring health care to the community that raised me. Thank you. Our next honoree is Jana Goyenechea, co-founder and director of Aftercare Scarlet Road. Seeing a gap in the community she loved, people being oppressed and abused with no safe place for them to turn, Jana co-founded Scarlet Road. What began as a 5K run to create awareness evolved into a passion for serving local victims leaving the commercial sex industry and supporting their transition. Through holistic care, Scarlet Road offers the hope of freedom to those who have been sexually exploited and opens the doors to healing, meeting women where they are, be it on the street, in their workplace, or incarcerated. Jana leads a team of case managers, teaches classes to survivors, plans community building opportunities, and interacts with various task forces and community groups. She is a mentor, a servant leader who compassionately walks alongside others to help them work through the barriers that prevent a life of freedom. Congratulations, Jana. She'll be joining us by video.
What a beautiful honor and privilege it is to be selected as a recipient of the 20 Under 40 Award. Thank you so much to Leadership Kitsap for this cool event and for inspiring and encouraging leadership in our community. Many years ago, my heart was stirred as I saw a significant gap in my community. Survivors of sexual exploitation and sex trafficking were continually overlooked, mislabeled, and misunderstood. My desire was to stand in the gap and to be a voice for the voiceless, to hear and bear witness to their stories. Today, I reflect on the birth of something that's involved and enraptured my whole heart, as well as a team of individuals around me. Beginning an organization and doing the work that we do daily at Scarlet Road requires a lot of blood, sweat, and many tears. Doing this work would be impossible without the team of people around me who've given very deeply of themselves. So thank you so much to my team, and thank you very much, Leadership Kitsap, for elevating the voice of Scarlet Road in our community. Thank you.
Elsa Krier, Director of Outreach and Welcome Center, Olympic College. Elsa is a passionate advocate for equity in higher education. She believes in the power of education to transform people's lives, particularly low-income, first-generation, and other underrepresented students in higher education. Her work is helping build equitable structures of access and remove barriers to higher education. When COVID began in March 2020, Elsa immediately set up the Student Services Virtual Office for Olympic College, bringing together departments from across the campus to serve students more effectively and efficiently. She also created a communications group, Teamwork Dreamwork, for staff to share and collaborate between departments. The space became critical for information sharing and community building and continues to be an important resource. Elsa is a Saint A trauma-informed care certified trainer co-leading training at Olympic College for staff and faculty to build resilience and a safe, trauma-sensitive community. Elsa also serves on the Graduate Strong Steering Committee, is a post-high school credential advocate, OC Promise Coach, and was a member of the Leadership Kitsap class of 2020. Congratulations, Elsa.
Yeah, first I just want to say thank you so much. I'm truly honored and humbled to be recognized here. I also would like to say congratulations to the fellow nominees and honorees tonight. Hearing and meeting so many inspiring leaders truly gives me a lot of hope for this community. I also want to say a sincere thank you to Olympic College. I moved here in 2018 to Kitsap County, and I was immediately welcomed and supported in this community, particularly at Olympic College. And I have had such tremendous opportunity to professionally develop and grow and innovate and be mentored by some really fantastic people. So thank you so much.
Cody Morgan, CEO and owner of Peninsula Bev Co. An entrepreneur with a heart for his hometown of Port Orchard, Cody had a goal to brew a community by bringing local people together to share their love of great beer and great food to create a local hangout. He persisted through many challenges, from what began as a tiny beer-to-go bottle shop into a thriving 200-occupancy tap house and restaurant. During the COVID shutdown, Cody participated in the Full Circle Meals program, providing meals to those in need, and put on free concerts in his parking lot where the entire community could gather in their cars for some much-needed fun. He also co-founded the media experience company Inspire Tomorrow, focused on providing podcast platforms and experiences for local residents, artists, business owners, causes, and organizations. As our community grows, he strongly believes we need to look out for our small business owners and maintain Kitsap's local charm. Cody was unable to join us this evening. He sends his thanks and congratulations to the other honorees. Taylor Neal, owner and personal trainer, Raw Athletics. Taylor has dedicated himself to the health and success of all people in and around his community. This past year, he opened Raw Athletics and Community Center in partnership with Kitsap Physical Therapy and other local professionals to provide the community a full-service health and wellness center. They have held college-bound seminars, continue to host a weekly South Kitsap Young Life group, and provide training for over 150 athletes. He also coaches and has held player development workshops for student athletes at Clahalia Secondary School and mentored at-risk youth at South Kitsap High School. When the pandemic began, Taylor hosted a weekly webinar, Move, Think, Grow, that featured influential athletes and coaches from around the world, including Seattle Mariners, the Nigerian international basketball team, and the current goalkeeper from New Zealand's Olympic soccer team. Kitsap Daily News named him the Reader's Choice Best Physical Trainer of South Kitsap 2020 and All Kitsap County 2021. He was recently asked to be a key member of the South Kitsap Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition. Congratulations, Taylor.
Thank you. This is such a beautiful event and an honor to share this moment with so many great leaders in the community. Thank you, Leadership Kitsap. I also want to thank my mom and dad, my brothers, for instilling the love and the hard work and resilience that it's taken to get to this point. It's been a long road, and without so many great mentors, my friends that I also call my brothers, and just good people to support and encourage me along the way, none of this is possible. I really want to thank Kitsap Physical Therapy, Kitsap Auto Outlet, and my business partner, Caleb Nelson, who without them, the community center that's growing right now would not be near the capacity that it's at. And we're only beginning to scratch the surface, and I firmly believe that. One thing that I want to say before I get down is leadership now is different than leadership was 3 to 5 years ago. And it's something that all of us are trying to navigate. But I work directly with the youth every single day, all ages, troubled youth, athletes, and we can't forget about them. Someone referred to them a couple weeks ago in a conversation as the lost generation. And that doesn't sit well with me. And I think that it's on all of us in this room, under 20, over 40, and in between to make that difference. Thank you.
Joey Riggle, owner of Rising Sun Detail. A lifelong resident of Kitsap County, Joey was a homeless teen from age 14 to 17. He joined the Army National Guard as a field artilleryman to improve his circumstances. After working several years at PSNS and IMF, Joey left the shipyard to pursue owning his own business. In 2019, he and his wife opened Rising Sun Detail, donating a portion of their revenue to the Coffee Oasis to give hope to troubled teens, so they will not be alone and without resources as he once was. He is passionate about lifting up his industry and other business owners by focusing on community over competition. It is these connections with the other local businesses that helped his business survive during COVID. Through his faith in God, he has overcome homelessness, addiction, and depression to build his business from the ground up and to strive forward. His resilience and grit will fuel his future dream to expand his business and provide jobs to the community. Congratulations, Joey.
Alrighty. When I was a teenager, I remember sleeping outside this building and watching people in fancy clothes go into the conference center or the ferry terminal and stuff like that. And I never believed I would be in this room, let alone for this reason. And I just hope to continue to be a voice for the homeless youth for Kitsap County. And thank you to David Emmons for nominating me, and my wife for being an amazing support, and her family for being awesome in supporting me, and for everybody in this room being here tonight. So, cool. Thanks.
Carolyn Rivers, telecommunication technician, Convergence Technologies, Inc. Often the only woman on a construction site, Carolyn Carey has worked in the telecommunications field for 24 years and is a nationally certified fiber optics technician. When not estimating and bidding a build, Carey is a flower designer for Paul's Flowers. She lends her many talents to the Bremerton Rotary. As a third-generation Rotarian, Carey grew up serving our community and began giving back long before she was an official Rotarian herself. For over a decade, Carey helped run the Bremerton Blackberry Festival. She coordinates the club's holiday giving program and silent auction at the annual Wild Game Dinner fundraiser. Her efforts have helped raise thousands of dollars, which the club reinvests in the community. Through her work and volunteer efforts, Carey exemplifies a life of service above self. Congratulations, Carey.
I don't know what to say. This is a little overwhelming. I'm usually somebody that works behind the scenes where nobody sees me. I'm the person that comes into your buildings and wires it so that you can move in, so your office works. And that's somebody that isn't always recognized. So this is so amazing. And I'm so honored to be up here. During the pandemic, I worked in a field, and it's still going, but we
had to transition to figuring out how to make people's offices could be their home offices so that their phones would work and their computers would work. And it was a real transition. And then my other job at the flower shop, the governor decided to say, hey, you can't be with your family, send flowers. There hasn't been, I work 6 days a week, and without my supportive husband that is willing at a phone call that has a normal 7 to 3 job in the shipyard to say, hey, I'm not going to be home tonight, a car decided to hit a pole. Or I'm not going to be home on Saturday because I have to arrange wedding flowers or the enormous amount of funeral flowers that we have unfortunately had to do over the past 2 years. I am so blessed. I'm in 2 small family businesses, and my dad and my mom are major supporters of me and my sister, and I truly, truly appreciate this honor and can't believe that I'm up here, and I appreciate it.
Allison Ryan, Board Certified Behavior Analyst, Easter Seals, Washington, Olympic Peninsula Autism Center. Allison has served children with disabilities her entire career. As a board-certified applied behavior analyst, she is passionate about helping children with autism and their families. Working with children diagnosed with autism is physically, mentally, and emotionally challenging. What sometimes deters others from this field inspires and motivates Allison. Applied behavior analysis therapy is the only scientifically validated treatment for autism. It is a highly sought-after service that is severely underserved. In 2020, 1 in every 54 children were diagnosed with autism. As of June 2020, there were only 37,859 board-certified behavior analysts globally. Allison has supervised over 30 staff members, has trained and supervised 5 behavior analysts in training, all of whom have gone on to obtain their BCBA certification. She led, supervised, and ran the Easter Seals Autism Center throughout the pandemic, required to close for only 1 week in the last 2 years. When not at work, Allison serves as the Assistant District Administrator for our local Little League and assists in running Summer Little League All-Star Baseball tournaments throughout the county. Congratulations, Allison.
First, I just want to say being an honoree amongst all of these amazing leaders is quite admirable, and I am in awe that I was even nominated. I thought it was a joke when I first got the email. So thank you to my CEO and boss, mentor, friend, Kathy Basalin, for nominating me. I also want to thank my parents and my gigantic family for supporting me and kind of dealing with me in my moments of I can't do this anymore. And they say, yes, you can. Deep breath, go back to work. And I also really want to thank the families that I've worked with for entrusting me with their children and allowing me to be part of their first words the first time they have gone to the bathroom on the toilet. The first major events in their lives. I've shared a lot of tears with parents, both happy and sad, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Thank you.
Karen Sawyer-Meehan, owner of Pier 6 Press. Through her stationery and graphic design studio and volunteer efforts, Karen helps lead the movement to make Bremerton a creative hub. She is a member of Bremerton's First Friday Art Commission and founded both the Kitsap League of Artistic Women networking group and the public art program Heavy Jeans. Once a month, in partnership with Bremerton First Friday, Karen letterpress prints an edition of posters and distributes them throughout Art Walk locations. Each poster is hand-printed, numbered, and signed. This accessible fine art experience encourages patrons to hunt for free posters, meanwhile exploring Bremerton and building community. Karen is also an active member of Downtown Rotary and a past board member for the Manette Business Association. She has been an artistic contributor to the Bremerton Roxy, Blackberry Festival, Bridging Bremerton, Bremerton Bridge Blast, and Manette Fest. She puts her heart and creativity into Bremerton, knowing she'll leave it a better place. Congratulations, Karen.
First of all, I want to thank you, for being here. Leadership Kitsap, it's amazing to be nominated and to actually have won this award. The other thing I want to do is thank the other people that are part of the Bremerton First Friday, and that includes the Downtown Bremerton Association, my other committee leaders, Jacqueline Spear and Sam Enlow, and in general, Fingers Duke. Without them, frankly, without Jacqueline Spear, I wouldn't be standing here. So this is for them as well. I was born and raised here in Bremerton, and I left for about 10 years because I didn't want to be here. And when I came back, it wasn't my choice. However, the longer I stayed and the more I got involved, the more passionate I became about what was my hometown. I love Bremerton, and it's not because of what I can get out of it, but the people that I meet and the more I can put into it. There's a lot of towns out there that are, you can't get to join in at the city council, or you can't get to start a event because there's too much red tape, too many barriers. For me, Bremerton is not that. Bremerton is inclusive. Its doors are wide open. And what I love about that is I can dive right in. I get to meet my community. I get to partake in it. And frankly, leadership, to me, leadership is easy when I'm in a community like mine. It is so wonderful. I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
Marlaina Simmons, Networks Coordinator, Kitsap Strong. Marlaina lives a life of servant leadership, listening, learning, and supporting the work of Kitsap Strong to improve the health and well-being of all children, families, and adults in Kitsap. Marlaina has been described as the glue of Kitsap Strong initiative, collaborating with community partners and facilitating the process for coming together and learning. Each year, Marlaina organizes Kitsap Strong's Resiliency Summit, serving 200+ people, as well as the Community Leaders Luncheon, a brave space for elected officials and community leaders to engage in deep discussions. Marlaina is passionate about early learning, parenting, and advocating locally through her role as the Peninsula's Early Childhood Coalition co-lead. She is a former PTSA board member and advocates for equity and inclusion within our schools and creating a welcoming environment for LGBTQ students and families. In 2020, Marlaina served as the census coordinator for Kitsap County. She is also a 2019 Leadership Kitsap graduate. Congratulations, Marlaina.
Good evening, everyone. First, I wanted to thank the Leadership Kitsap board for putting on this amazing event and for being nominated today. I have to honestly say that when I first received this nomination, I was having a serious case of imposter syndrome because I too am the woman that's typically behind the curtain, and I'm totally fine with that because the type of work that we do is about recognizing others and not being recognized. And so today I wanted to thank some people for allowing me to be here today. The first person I want to recognize is my grandma. She's the first person that ever showed me what servant leadership was. At 88 years old, she was still volunteering within our community at her church and our local blood bank. I also wanted to thank the entire backbone staff of Kitsap Strong, one of which is here today, Allison Roeder. You are brilliant, and every day I try to absorb some of that brilliance and take it into my work. I want to thank KCF, or Kitsap Community Foundation, my employer, and for standing behind us. And I want to thank our funders, the United Way of Kitsap County and Olympic College, and so many of our different organizations that we work with, because our work would not be anything without you. And so thank you everyone in this room for your leadership and your commitment to our community. You help Kitsap be strong. Thank you.
Wow, we are in good hands, folks. Aljolynn Sperber, CEO and founder, Ladybox. She'll be joining us by video tonight as well. Aljolynn is fearless and shameless in promoting self-acceptance, self-love, and self-empowerment. Her vision for Ladybox is not just established a successful subscription box company, but also help women and menstruators feel empowered, loved, and included in the agency of their bodies through all cycles of life. Aljolynn co-founded and co-hosts the podcast Shed the Shame, a space to talk about periods, giving women and menstruators a place to take back or gain power from sharing their stories. Through Ladybox's marketing, strategic partnerships, and community, she has generated more awareness for social issues surrounding hormonal health and period equity. Ladybox donates hygiene products to Fishline to provide basic period products so local menstruators in need do not have to miss school or work and can feel protected and dignified. Aljolynn also serves on the Kitsap Economic Development Alliance's committees for diversity, equity, and inclusion in entrepreneurship and innovation. She makes a point to contract work to local women. She believes when you support the local workforce, especially women re-entering the workforce, you help the local economy thrive. Congratulations, Aljolynn.
Hi, I'm Aljolynn Sperber of Ladybox, and I am honored to be one of the 20 under 40 leaders in Kitsap. Thank you very much to David Emmons of the Silverdale Chamber of Commerce who nominated me. I do have a sense a few others did, and to you, I am very grateful too. And I'm thankful to the folks that did submit a letter of recommendation for me, Megan Martin and the team at the Kitsap Economic Development Alliance, Joe Morrison, Teresa Mangren, and Kathy Kokos. Thank you very much for your support. And congratulations to all of my fellow award nominees. How cool is it to be recognized as one of the leaders here in our great community, especially during one of the craziest times of our lifetime, probably. And to emerging leaders, I encourage you to unapologetically and fearlessly take up space. Without representation of the entire community that surrounds us, we lack the real leadership that is needed to help our community go further. So I encourage you to find that leader in you, to step up and become the leader that you wish to be and that you wish that you even had. You don't have to have been the captain of a soccer team or a great manager of a big organization. Anybody can be a leader. So find that within you, find that strength within you, and be fearless and unapologetic in taking up space. Because again, unless we have representation in all leadership aspects of our community, we can't go far. And we are better together. So I encourage you to step up and be fearless. Thank you very much again for this honor. And I hope the rest of you have a great evening. I wish I could be there, but I am there in spirit celebrating with all of you. All right, take care.
Nicole Taylor, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Program Manager, PSNS and IMF. Nicole has used her exceptional leadership, change management, and strategic planning skills to create sustainable cultural change at PSNS and IMF. Her efforts have led to improvements that impact all shipyards. Nicole graduated from the apprentice program and went on to lead the command in significant workforce development and diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, initiatives. She developed the first career path program for a combined trade shop by identifying the skills and training necessary for employee advancement and employing career counselors to help employees understand and plan their career path. Currently, she develops awareness and buy-in for DEI as a business imperative, integrating DEI into performance reviews, command competencies, hiring practices, and training curriculum. As a key employer in Kitsap County, Nicole recognizes that every change that positively impacts the lives of the PSNS and IMF workforce has an equally positive impact in the greater community. When organizations take care of their people and create an environment where they can thrive, the result is increased innovation, productivity, and the retention of valuable talent. Outside of work, Nicole co-leads a local bilingual Girl Scout troop made up of girls from immigrant families, helping remove barriers for them to participate in meaningful growth opportunities. Congratulations, Nicole.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here today and be recognized, especially with all these amazing people. It's such an honor, I can't even say. And I'm so grateful for Leadership Kitsap for doing everything to make this event safe. I was very excited for a chance to dress up and just be out with friends and family in the community. So again, thank you, because it's very exciting to feel a little bit normal with everything that's going on. And I just really want to thank my family and my friends and my colleagues for coming out to support me. I echo some of the sentiments of some of our other nominees that, you don't often get nominated and recognized, and it just means so much, and especially that multiple of you would come out and share this with me. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. And just, as I was thinking back and kind of reflecting on what I was grateful for and who I wanted to thank, one of the things that came to mind was that a lot of the really difficult situations in my career, the things that I've experienced in my life and at work, that's actually the reason that I'm here today, and the reason that I was motivated and focused to think about people and culture and making organizations better. And so without those difficult times, I wouldn't be here today. But that's only half of it, right? Because I also had these amazing mentors and sponsors and leaders that really saw me through those times and supported me to help make things better. And so that's really what's motivated me, and that's what leadership means to me, is not letting people go through the same things that you went through, but really making things better so that it's better for the next generation coming behind you. So again, thank you so much for this opportunity to be recognized, and I'm really enjoying this night. Thank you.
It's a lot of good feels tonight. Congratulations to everybody. We have our last honoree, Bryan Wichert, attorney partner of Sanchez Mitchell Eastman and Cure PSC. Bryan enjoys the challenge of untangling complex legal issues and setting clients on a path to resolution, whether that be through litigation or settlement. He is inspired by the little victories of his professional impact. He has leveraged his skills to give back to those who serve our community. Since 2015, he has been a part of the King County First Responders Wills Clinic, providing free estate planning services to local first responders, and through the pandemic has worked with other attorneys to offer free and discounted estate planning services to frontline workers. He is also a member of the Kitsap County Estate Planning Council, serves on the Holly Ridge Center Executive Board, the Roxy Foundation Board, and is a 2018 graduate of Leadership Kitsap. He volunteers his time as a Bremerton High School avid mentor and is an active member of the Bremerton Rotary. Congratulations, Bryan.
So going last at an event like this makes you realize how underprepared you are to say thank you to everyone. So I want to start just by saying thank you to everyone that made this event possible. Like many people here today, I am a transplant to Kitsap County. Growing up, my parents instilled a strong sense of community in me, and I was nervous moving away from home where I would find my foothold. Through excellent mentorship and a little dumb luck, I've been able to find my lane and meet some truly exceptional people along the way. It is the individuals in this community, like those in the room around us, that make Kitsap such a wonderful place and make me proud to call Kitsap my home. Thank you.
Let's have another round of applause for all of our honorees. This is seriously one of my favorite events of the whole year. I'm so glad, I'm inspired by all of you, and all of you who are here tonight, thank you for coming out to support our honorees and showing that we are moving forward through this pandemic with some wonderful leadership that was on display tonight. So thank you so much. I also want to again thank our evening sponsors. Thank you, Representative Kilmer. I didn't hear a repeat joke, so very nice, thank you. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, David. And I want you to look again for the opportunity to nominate next year's 20 under 40. We're thinking ahead. In the fall, we had many outstanding nominees this year that are still doing amazing work. There's some unsung heroes out there that we don't know about yet. So please, again, nominate in the fall when you see those come through. And also, I want to thank my board of directors. Leadership Kitsap fosters and empowers educated, prepared, and engaged community leaders. And our board truly is committed to that mission. And that is the reason that we choose to hold this event annually. And I think it's a very important event to raise up our young leaders. So I want to recognize my board members if they would please stand. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And I'll put in a little plug. We are currently taking applications for next year's Leadership Kitsap class of 2023. So if you have any questions, those are the people to ask. They're not due until April. You have a little bit of time. But I want to put a plug in for Leadership Kitsap there. And I want to thank my event committee because this, oh my goodness, I have to say, we seriously debated whether this was going to be a virtual event or not. It was not something that we took lightly to be together tonight. So I want to especially thank my brave event committee. I want to thank Gretchen Lopatowski, 3 Lee's Design, for always making us look good. I always stumble on your name. I'm so sorry, Gretchen. David Emmons, wild applause for the beautiful centerpieces. I want to thank Heidi Scheibner, our Leadership Kitsap board president, and my support, and our podium wiper for this evening to help keep us safe up here. And I want to thank Dee Kopla for taking photos this evening, and for Dee, who originally brought this program to Kitsap County. Thank you. I'm glad we're able to keep the tradition going. And of course, my program manager, Carly Muirs. Oh, there you are. It's a bit of a roller coaster planning an event in a pandemic, if you didn't know, so thank you, Carly. And thank you, John Roush, and Bremerton Kitsap Access Television for streaming our event, and those who are watching from home, thank you for joining us. I want to thank Leadership Kitsap's executive sponsors, Kitsap Community Foundation is here.
Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, the Point Casino and Hotel, and Port Madison Enterprises. Thank you. Please look for a recording of this evening's program on BCAT and a special section in the next edition of the Kitsap Peninsula Business Journal highlighting all of our honorees, as well as photos from the evening in West Sound Magazine. This closes our evening, so thank you again. I would like if the honorees could go to the side of the room for a group photo. We'd love that. And don't forget to pick up your boxes for your awards so you can have something pretty to take it home in. So thank you again for a wonderful evening. I'm inspired by all of you. Thank you. Thank you very much.